same time. Hello.
You about ready? Should we do this?
Hello.
Does everybody got their pot of boiling water ready? Well, not boiling water, but pot of water ready.
For those following along, do you got a pot of boiling water going?
No.
Okay,
Want to get it going?
Hi, Margaret.
Can we record this so that we can do it later too?
Yes, I just started the recording.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and we'll be posting on YouTube. So if you can't follow along tonight and you just want to watch, that's fine because it'll be up on YouTube probably tomorrow or Monday. I'm gonna try.
You just want to watch other. How much water?
I would say 3 cups of water.
About 3 cups.
3 cups of water. So the recipe calls for 3 potatoes. We just want to, we don't have to use too much water, but just enough to cover the potatoes.
Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Hi, Wendy. So Jamar's instructed everybody to start at about 3 cups of boiling water, enough for 3 potatoes, if you're following along.
Let me cut my music down. At a kitchen, when you're cooking, you have to create the right environment. My favorite playlist on Pandora is Leon Bridges.
Oh,
Nice.
So good.
Nice.
Or sometimes I ride the Diva train, which is like the Etta James and the Aretha Franklin.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with Etta James.
Right.
Or Aretha. Queen of
So
Soul.
does everyone know what we are cooking tonight?
Everybody got the recipe?
Yes.
So
Excellent.
just a little background. It's Chana Aloo. It is a traditional Trinidadian dish.
Jamar, can you hold that thought 1 sec? Can you hold that thought 1 sec?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming tonight and tell you how excited I am to have you all here and to be working with the co-op and to be building community through food, essentially. So the co-op and the library welcome you all. And we're going to be doing this every 4th Thursday of the month. Like I said, I've posted July's on the library website so far, coosbaylibrary.org, but I'll be sending out press releases and stuff like that probably tomorrow. So thank you all for coming, and it's all yours, Jamar.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, so I'm Jamar. I work here at Cbpl Co-op, which is a community-owned co-op. Tonight we are walking through Chana Aloo, which is a
Oh, wait. Can you unmute yourself? Shit. Wait, what? You're muted. Hold on. I have to ask him to unmute.
Okay. And we're back.
Perfect. Thanks, Jamar.
So tonight we are walking through how to make Chana Aloo, which is a traditional Trinidadian dish. It calls for chickpeas, potatoes, that's the chana and the aloo, which is curry chickpeas and potatoes. It calls for green onions, cilantro, onions, and potatoes. It's a really, really quick dish, which when I get off at 5 o'clock and I gotta cook dinner at home, I don't really like elaborate dishes through the week. But if I can put together something that is really, really yummy, but really, really quick, that works for me. Today I'm using canned garbanzo beans because if you want to use non-canned products, you have to at least prep. So I would soak them overnight. It calls for a little bit more planning. This is on the go. Typically, I'm walking through the co-op, I'm grabbing a couple things, and headed out the door. So I have Veggie Stock, and I also have olive oil. This is a 100% vegetarian and vegan meal, okay? So it is inclusive. That is the whole thing. When I'm cooking, most times, I'm thinking about everybody that's coming to the table, right? So we already know to have our water boiling right now with getting ready to chop the potatoes. Now, you have a choice because everybody's preferences when cooking is if you want to keep the skin on the potatoes, that is fine. If you don't, that is fine as well. But we're going to start skinning them, okay?
And Kristen said you are the cutest, Jamar.
Thank you, Kristen. Okay. So one of my struggles when I first started cooking is how to have everything finished on time. It was a lot of like, I would have something done, and then that would get cold. So it is an art to learn how to cook everything at one time and making sure that it is all done at the same time. So, and hopefully today, I'm not going to go too quick, but I at least want everybody, to feel free to ask questions and all that good stuff, okay?
Jamar, Terry wants to know if we can sub sweet potatoes or yams.
Of course. The thing about it is this is a collaborative dish, right? So that means if you don't want sweet potatoes, if you don't want regular potatoes, you can bring in sweet potatoes. Sorry for this. Okay, and also, while I'm slicing, all the scraps that I'm using is going into a bowl that I have on the side for veggie stock.
Oh.
Okay, or you can compost. So I'm going to start. I have my knife. I'm going to slice in half. Am I moving too fast?
I think you're good.
Everybody's
Thanks.
good? Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to slice in half, and I'm going to bring it to the screen to show you.
Cool. Thank you.
This is how they look. You see them?
Cool. Kind of just a thick slice.
Yes.
Excellent.
But depending on what your preference is as far as potatoes, some people like their potatoes a little bit bigger. It all depends on how long you're going to boil them for. So just keep that in mind.
And Kimberly was wondering if you have a good recipe for veggie stock or broth, I think.
Hey, that's another video, so that means stay tuned.
We might have our third recipe, huh?
Hey! So this is how I am cutting my potatoes up.
Cool.
Okay.
Little chunks.
Small little chunks. So. And I try to keep them the same, And I am using yellow potatoes, but if you want to use russet potatoes, you can. You can mix this however way you want to make it, That's the thing about recipes. I always venture out when I'm following a recipe. That's the point of making it your own. So once I finish chopping the potatoes, what I am going to start doing is prepping all my other veggies.
Cool.
So, am I moving too fast?
No,
Okay.
I think it's perfect, Jamar.
Okay.
Kristen said, throw it all in a pot, fill it with water is what I do, whatever scraps I have on hand.
You're right. Fill it with water, nutritional yeast, and some herbs. There you go. But every veggie stock, when you're making it at home, the recipe is different, but it all depends on the things that you love. Like I could cook with a lot of onions and celery, radishes, all of those things I tend to put in my veggie stock. Okay.
Interesting.
Now, with the green onions, because that's what we're going to start, I am going to chop off the ends, these little things, these little guys. Cut those off. But we're going to use the whole green onion.
Timmy added, never too much broccoli stem in the stock. It will be too bitter.
Woo! Yes, parsley stems as well.
Oh.
So parsley stems, normally when you're cooking with parsley, you want to pick the leaves because the stems tend to make it really bitter.
Oh, good to know.
Good job, Kimberly.
I think that
Okay,
was
so
Timmy.
I'm gonna start chopping my green onions.
Jamie added that you can easily make stock in an Instant Pot.
Ooh.
And then I'll have to plug that you can check it out at the library, in our library of things.
Okay. Okay, continue to chop.
For
So
those that don't know, Jamar is cooking at the co-op in the kitchen there.
this is actually the co-op. Welcome to our kitchen.
Thanks for having us.
Which I'm so glad that the deli ladies, they allow me to be in the kitchen. They allow me.
You got to
know.
get the deli ladies' approval?
Of course, of course. But you know what? The awesome thing that I love about being in the kitchen is like you typically have really good conversation in the kitchen. It's home. It's like when you have a really bad day. For me, I go in the kitchen. You know.
Food helps everything.
Food does. And when you're having a good day, it's even better.
Oh, totally.
It's like, whoa, did I just do that? And I'm a foodie, so which means I experience a lot. There's typically nothing that I won't eat. Well, I'll take that back. It's probably some stuff out there that I won't eat, but okay. Okay. So I got my green onions chopped. And now I'm gonna move on to chopping my yellow onions, okay?
Yellow onions.
And remember the stuff that I'm not using, I'm putting in a bowl for Veggie Stock.
Cool.
Here at the co-op, all of our soups are made from in-house Veggie Stock. Okay. Now, once I have my green onions prepped, my yellow onions prepped, I'm gonna go ahead and coat the bottom of my pan.
Did you say coat?
Coat. So pull out another pan. This is what I have, my pot. Pull out another one, coat it with olive oil. And I would say put it on a medium heat. So while you're
chopping?
Okay. So while I'm chopping, you know, once I come to a stopping point and my yellow onions are completely chopped up, I'm gonna coat my pan with olive oil, put on a medium heat. Okay. And so while that's heating up, I continue to prep. So
Timmy's asking, how big do we chop the onions? Larger, medium, or small?
So I did a rough, small chop, like a rough, you know, let me see. Let's see. So first, if you cut them in half, they're gonna come out like this. I don't know if you're able to see it. I typically turn it on its side and I chop going around.
You got that, Sierra? It's Timmy and Sierra together there.
Okay.
And then Kimberly asked, are we sweating the onions?
Oh, we're gonna saute them.
We're gonna saute them.
Yeah, we're gonna saute the onions. Saute the onions, the green onions. We're building our actual sauce. Not our sauce, but you know, building the flavor.
Building the
like
flavor.
we're building
All right.
community, we're building the flavor.
Building all kinds of stuff tonight.
Right. Okay. So while my pan is still getting hot, I am moving on to my cilantro.
Cilantro, if everybody didn't catch that.
Am I moving too fast?
I don't think so. No, everybody's
Okay.
saying good. Perfect.
Okay, okay. So with my cilantro, I'm gonna use the whole thing. You know, sometimes, well, with the parsley, if you were using parsley, the stems would be bitter. Cilantro, it's like use the whole thing. But I'm doing rough chopped on my cilantro. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put some of it to the side just for topping. So pull off a couple of leaves and then put them to the side because that's gonna be your garnish for
Cool.
your finished product. Okay.
Awesome.
Put that to the side. Okay.
I can actually hear the chopping on that one. It's kind of nice.
You can. Okay. Okay. Okay, so right now your grease should be hot. I know mine is. I'm gonna start adding my onions. I'm gonna add the whole onion in there.
Whole onion to the grease.
I'm gonna add the green onion. I'm gonna let those cook down a little bit. The goal is to get your onions golden. You know, cook them down, continue to let them cook down. But also, you don't want things to burn, and that's why making sure that you're being aware of the heat of your heat and keep your spoon moving. Okay.
Keep
Don't
what?
stop moving that spoon.
Oh,
This is your wand, okay? Keep it moving.
golden, not brown.
Golden.
Kimberly asked, is the water still off boiling at this point?
Yes, so
Yes.
check your potatoes. The whole thing is you're gonna add veggie stock to this other pot. So let's not get the potatoes all the way done. You want them to be to where you can still mash them a little bit.
Does that answer, Kimberly? Cool.
So let's pause. Let's check our potatoes.
Okay. Potato pause. Check your potatoes, everybody. Sounded borderline dirty.
Ooh. Okay. And we're gonna put our cilantro to the side, okay?
So setting the cilantro to the side.
Yeah. Don't add that in your pot. We're gonna give the onions a chance, okay? So let's continue to move those around. Normally, I'm cleaning while I'm cooking. Always, it's important to wipe down.
So Kristen asked, does Trinidadian cuisine have spiciness to it?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I would think so.
So
I don't know
typically,
why.
like when you're cooking, typically like Indian cuisine, right? If you're making curry, sometimes they add tomatoes and things. The difference between Indian and Trinidadian is the fact that Trinidadian is a little bit more herby. So you're using a lot more herbs like green vegetables, like the green onion, the cilantro. You're using thyme, a little bit more earthiness.
Interesting.
How are your potatoes looking?
How's everybody's potatoes? Looks good.
Okay. Now the goal is not to have them too soft. So check the firmness, and if you could,
If what?
remember if you can go like this, then they're ready.
What's like this?
Hold on.
Okay, he's coming closer.
Come a little closer. So you see how mine are breaking apart?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's how we want them, or is that too soft?
That's how we want them.
Cool.
Okay. Okay.
Kimberly asked, to the stage of ready to mash? Kimberly was asking, do you get them to the stage where they're ready to mash?
So we're not mashing them. Like, we're keeping them whole, you know, but when they're like soft like this, that's when they're perfect.
Thanks, Jamar.
So if they're at that point, pull them to the side. Drain them. I would always recommend doing an ice bath. It just stops the cooking process. So you can
Everybody
do
catch
ice
that?
bath by a little ice, a little water in a bowl, and just pour the once you drain them, pour the potatoes inside of that.
Cool.
Hey. Now remember to keep
Keep stirring.
the onion. Okay.
I wish I could smell it.
You wish you could smell it.
No,
It smells so good.
I bet.
And just think, there's no seasoning. This is just onion.
I know.
It smells great.
It's just gonna keep getting better.
And I have my music playing. So if you see, catch me dancing.
What's playing now?
Oh, what am I playing now? I am playing Give Me One More Reason, Tracy Chapman.
Ah,
Okay. So, now we talked about spices, right? So, I'm just gonna while we're letting the onions get golden, we're gonna jump into like the spice part of it. Because in the ingredients, it says a curry blend, right? But if you get a curry blend, then the only thing that you'll be adding is the turmeric, the cumin, and thyme. So, and I always put salt to the side because everybody's salt intake is completely different. You know, and typically when you're cooking for other people, they're gonna already salt their own food. Now, the whole thing about this recipe and how I cook is the fact that I always have spoons beside me because I'm tasting my food the whole way through. You know, because if you get to the very end and you're like, well, I put as much salt as was called for, you might not want to do that, you know. So let's start with little salt and then we'll build up, okay? So now, say for instance you do not have the curry blend. This right here, let me bring it to the camera.
thank you.
It shows you how to build your own curry blend.
Oh, up, there we go. Oh, nice. Are you gonna tell us what each one is?
We have turmeric right here. We have coriander. We have black pepper. We have ginger. We have chili pepper. Wait, hold on.
There we go. There we go.
We have cumin, and then we have thyme.
Excellent.
So if
Thank
you were
you.
at home and you were like, you know what, I got all of these things, I'm not gonna go and purchase that. You
And
can
Kimberly
build
thinks
your
your
own
palette is beautiful.
version. Thank you. The whole thing, and remember to keep stirring those onions. It's really easy to let them stick to the bottom of your pan.
Jamie wanted to know, how much curry blend are you adding to the recipe?
So, I started out with 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. And that's just depends, and that's another thing. I start out with a little bit, so that way by the time I'm ready to eat, it's not like, oh my gosh, that was so spicy, you know? And that's why we're gonna taste our food the whole way through. Okay. And salt is always gonna be on the side for me. I typically, whenever I like to try to be organized, but with the actual seasoning, when I'm looking at a recipe, I'd rather go ahead and plate it out so that way I can just simply just dump it in all at one time.
Cool.
So, also, did everybody get minced garlic?
Get what?
Minced garlic.
Everybody got minced garlic? Think so, maybe?
Yes.
Working on it.
Okay. Do we have
I
minced
wish y'all
garlic
could come over
instructions?
here. Can you smell that?
I wish. I'm just envisioning it,
Yeah.
dreaming about it.
Okay, so the reason why I don't like putting my garlic in when the oil is really hot or in the very beginning, typically because garlic will burn. And you don't really want that to happen. You want to make sure that you're not burning anything, you know. So, now,
Margaret wants to know if you sliced all the green onions. She missed that.
I use the whole thing, the whole green
Yeah.
onion.
All of it.
And I'm going to show you how my mixture is looking.
Cool. Here it comes.
So this is how it is. It's not quite golden yet, but it's getting there.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whoa. It's the kitchen. Things fall over. Keep going. Okay.
Hey, Jamar.
Now, let's go ahead and add our
Wait, Jamar, I think we have a question. Go ahead.
So if I have 2 tablespoons of curry blend and then I want to add some of the turmeric and the cumin and then the fresh thyme, how much turmeric and cumin should I get ready on a plate?
So if you already have added that, the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
So start with a teaspoon. You have more, but it's just building that flavor. And everybody's palate is different, you know. That's the whole thing. So
start with a teaspoon of each?
Yes, let's start with a teaspoon of each.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I did a tablespoon of turmeric.
Oh, cool.
So
Tablespoon of turmeric.
if you do have the curry blend, still add your turmeric. So that's where that plate is, and I'll hold it up again. So if I have the curry blend, if I've got a curry blend, I'm gonna do cumin, thyme, curry blend right here, and then this is the salt, but that is the turmeric.
Okay.
You see how much I've piled up? So it's 2 tablespoons. Yeah.
And Jamar, Margaret wanted to know, is the curry blend put in, hold on, with the cooking onions?
So we're about to move to that step.
We're almost there, Margaret.
Has anybody added that seasoning already?
Has anybody? No.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Because we still want to make sure that our onions are where they need to be.
Cool. Where do those onions need to be, Jamar?
Golden.
Golden. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. So mine are getting there. Now, let's add our garlic. in our garlic.
Kimberly said, now we have to play the song Golden.
Yeah, I think we need to come up with a playlist. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my cilantro.
So far you've added the minced garlic and now you're adding the cilantro to the
Yeah.
onions.
Okay.
Margaret asked how much cilantro.
So if you have a whole bunch of cilantro, I ended up chopping the whole thing, but then I added I would put half a cup to the side, just so that way that's gonna be your garnish. So that's what you're gonna have on top. Because when you're serving it up to your family, everybody eats with their eyes, So you want to make sure that you're serving them the total package, okay?
Totally. You got that, Margaret?
Okay. So typically when you add the cilantro and the garlic, you're gonna add a little bit more olive oil to your pan. So let me show you what I did. So this is how I create a little circle in the middle.
Okay.
Well, I have to recreate it, but
We get the point.
I cover that opening with.
You just make a little opening in the middle for the oil?
Yeah. Put everything around. Okay.
You just drizzle a little in there?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
So, don't stir yet. Keep that in the middle. What we're going to do is add our seasonings. Add our seasonings to that middle. We want to make sure that we're adding our seasonings to hot oil.
He's adding the seasonings to the hot oil in the middle.
Yes, yes.
Is that the thyme as well?
Is that the thyme as well? Did you put the thyme in too?
Yeah, I put the thyme in there as well. All right, this is making me really. I'm smiling at the pot.
I'm trying to lean in.
Yeah, smiling at the pot. Okay, now let's continue to stir. Oh.
How's it smelling there, Jamar?
It smells so good. The pot is romancing me.
Kimberly said we need smell vision.
Right. I definitely think once they're able to do that, then we'll be all set.
Kristen wants to go to Trinidad.
You want to go to Trinidad? Take me with you. We'll go together. So how's everybody looking?
Everybody doing okay? Anybody have any questions or? I think we're good, Jamar.
Okay.
Cool.
We're going to continue to let that cook. added any salt in, but I want to start. I have my measuring spoons. I'm gonna go with the fork.
Go with
Just
what?
a little bit. If you would like to knock it up to like a half a teaspoon, you can.
So you're adding a quarter to a half a teaspoon of salt?
Yeah. Oh. And I use Himalayan salt, Himalayan pink salt. We're gonna stir that around. And if you have your spoons beside you, you can take your food. Now this is where it's depending on your spice level. If you want to add some more seasoning, if you're like, I would prefer a little bit more curry blend, or this is your time to do that because you're building your base.
All right, let us know how it tastes.
Mm. I think here I go. I'm gonna add a little bit more curry blend. Or a little bit more thyme. And at this point, I do feel like I need a little bit more salt.
Cool.
That's the whole thing. You want to taste your food because what if you get to the very end and you're like, okay, well, this is different. Different experience, okay?
Margaret said, but he's only eating onions and garlic and cilantro.
I am.
Right now, that sounds good to me.
I have a quick
Now-
question.
Oh,
Okay?
go
Are
ahead.
the green onions supposed to be in there as well?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Did you add them in there, Kay?
I didn't have them in there yet, no.
Okay. Go ahead and add them in there.
Everybody got the green onions in there?
So far, we have all of our onions, our green onions, and our cilantro in the pot.
Awesome.
Now, I use garbanzo beans. This is field day organic. Everything that I'm using is organic. So I use 2 cans of garbanzo beans. I drained them. Now I'm going to add them.
So 2 cans of drained garbanzo beans.
Chickpeas.
Chickpea.
I'm stirring them up. So like say for instance, if you're just cooking for 2 people, you can use 1 can of garbanzo beans. It all depends on how many people you're cooking for. I am going to be feeding the store after. So anybody that passes by, I'm going to be handing them a plate. So.
Cool. Or as Kristen said, you'll have leftovers.
What about, yes, definitely.
Kimberly said, Jamar, you need to plug the place to get all the ingredients.
Oh, please.
And I
No,
might
I'll
add
be-
to that the co-op is one of the safer places in the community to shop right now because not only are the employees wearing masks, but the customers have to wear them as well.
Yeah.
So it's one of the safer places I feel shopping right now. If you've all been to Safeway or Fred Meyer lately, it's crazy.
And if you don't feel comfortable with actually coming into the store, we do have curbside. So you can email us or visit our website at whosaidfood.coop, and it'll bring you up and you can tap on the curbside
Patrick, you want to
shopping.
put that in the chat box? Patrick's going to put that in the chat.
Okay. So you can utilize that option as well. And we will, even if a lot of my seasonings were in bulk, especially when you're getting the recipe and you don't want to purchase like a whole container. You're like, I'm only going to use this one time. You can come in and utilize our bulk department as well. A lot of the ingredients came, not a lot, but all of the ingredients came from Cuisine. But when we were planning this, we wanted to make sure that we were getting ingredients that could be found anywhere, you know.
Right. What's that, Jamar? The garbanzo beans are in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're in there, Timmy.
And I'm moving them around.
Kristen mentioned that this probably freezes well. Is she right?
Yeah.
And I missed it, but Margaret said, I have my own cooked garbanzos. How many cups is that from 2 cans drained?
Oh, she already made garbanzo. Okay. So
Would that be like a
this is
couple cups?
One can is a half a cup. So it's a full cup. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 can. Let's see, 1 serving size is a half a cup, so 1 can is about a cup and a half.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Appreciate that, Sierra. Teamwork.
Mm. I'm tasting it again because that's just what you have to do. It has some really good spice. Ooh. Okay.
Jamie's daughter just came in and said it smells amazing in here, Mom.
So now I'm going to add my potatoes.
I'm jealous, Mom. He's adding the potatoes, if anybody missed that.
I'm adding my potatoes. Ooh. So when I add the potatoes in, I am making sure that I'm moving my spoon, right?
Getting it
I
mixed
keep
well.
saying that because I'm literally eating with my eyes. I'm like, oh, that is gonna be so good.
Spoon, Margaret. Keep moving your spoon.
That is our wand, okay?
Your wand, as Jamar calls it.
Okay. Now, I am about to add, I'm adding 2 cups of veggie stock.
Adding 2 cups of veggie stock.
Okay.
I like it when I can hear the stirring.
That's my whole thing. Okay, so this is completely off topic.
That's all right.
When I make macaroni and cheese, it is in the recipe that when you're making the cheese sauce, if you can't hear the cheese, it's not ready.
If it's not noisy, it's no
Okay.
good.
If
If it's not noisy, it's not any good.
No, it's supposed to talk to you.
Nice.
Okay. Oh my gosh. This looks simply divine. It looks so good. Okay.
Someone's using bone broth instead of veggie stock. Sorry, vegans.
Hey, no, you have to make it your own, right?
We all have different diets.
Okay. Now my playlist is playing a little country.
That's a switch. Margaret wants to know if she can come over to the co-op and eat.
Of course, come on down.
There's your invite.
Come on down.
Oh, Catherine wants to see the inside of the pot again.
She wants to see the inside?
Can we see what you got?
Okay, hold on.
The best you can, of course. Oh, there's Sierra's. Thanks, Sierra.
As close as I can get without dumping it on the
Hold
computer.
on.
Yum. Oh, there's Jamie's. That looks good too. Oh,
So
like at an Indian
at this
restaurant.
point, so
Catherine said nice with many exclamation points.
So I am going to put a little lid on that. Not a little, but I'm going to put a lid on it. Let it cook down for a little bit. I would say, if you're on medium heat, I've been cooking on a little bit over medium heat. But we're letting them actually like combine, everything combined. We just added veggie stock. And at this point, if you want to sample it one more time before you put your lid on there, so that way you can add see if it needs a little bit more seasoning. We just put a liquid into the pot as well. So that changes it a little bit.
Cool. So how long do you let it sit at medium heat or higher?
So I'm gonna let mine sit for at least 10 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
10 minutes or a little less. Okay.
5 to 10.
Yes, 5 to 10. And so while that has that lid on there, I am tidying up because I don't like to like finish my dinner and then I have to do dishes.
I hate that.
So I'm tidying everything up so that way I am on schedule.
Kimberly has requested that you sing while you clean up.
What would you like me to sing? Maybe we need to come up with a jingle.
I guess he's taking requests.
Oh, am I taking requests? Yes, somewhat. It just depends.
You're not going to sing us that country song?
Oh, well, Reba just keeps coming on. I have this thing where, like, sometimes when I'm working, I will change the whole tune to country. And they're like, Jamar, enough already. Please knock it off. Please knock it off. Okay, so mine is starting to simmer.
Kimberly said you can sing anything Jill Scott.
Ooh, now that is, okay, now you're right up my alley. I love Angie Stone as well. If you like Jill Scott, you have to love Angie Stone, okay?
I'm going to have to look this stuff up. I'm lost.
Oh, listen, you want a CD?
Sure.
My mom makes CDs. That's her thing. That is her thing. She is obsessed, but she sends me CDs all the way from Georgia.
Nice.
She sends me some really good blues because I love me some blues.
Me too.
So,
Margaret wants to know if when this is done, she should put it on rice.
you can add it on rice. You can eat it by itself. Typically, if we were in Trinidad, you know, a lot of people know roti. You might have heard of roti, but their roti, they call it bust up shop because when they fry it on top of the pan, they get 2 sticks, almost like this. And when the roti is real soft, they bust it up a little bit, almost like it's in shreds.
Oh.
Yes. So that's why they call it bust up shop, you know, because you're busting up the roti.
Cool.
Okay. So give it a
Margaret
little
said my
stick.
computer stinks. What's our, what were you saying? Roki?
Roti.
Roti.
Yes. R-O-T-I. Roti.
R-O-T-I. I'm lost as well.
It's like a flatbread, right?
Is it a flatbread? Is it a flatbread?
It's like a flatbread. In India they'll have naan, but they also have roti as well. In the West Indies is roti, but it's bust up shop. It's a little bit differently. So what it is really you can use ghee. They typically will use ghee, but you'll roll out dough and you'll cut a little line in it. And every time you roll it, you're gonna put a little bit of ghee. roll it around, and then you stuff it inside. That's gonna be on another video though.
Ooh.
But it's really good. It's really good.
Timmy
So I
said,
took my lid
yum.
off. I want to give it a stir. It is smelling good. It is looking good. Oh,
I bet.
we have a really good finished product.
Nice. Starting to look pretty hearty.
Hey, that's the whole importance of making it. You know, you eat with your eyes. So I'm starving. So I was like really excited. I was like, oh, of course I can do this. You know? So,
Robert said he's coming over to eat, but it might take him a minute or two because he's in Utah.
oh, you're in Utah? Hi. Hello from the coast. next time you come to the coast, make sure you visit Coos Head. Fun fact, Coos Head is the oldest co-op on Southern Oregon coast. Did you know that? We turn 50 years old next year in February. Kristen was here for our birthday party that we had, but it was really, really awesome. You know, so fun fact.
Was it 71? Was it 71 when it opened?
1971.
That's what I thought.
Okay. So I'm gonna sample. I have my salt container because it may need some salt. I don't know. I would say add a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. Let's make sure we're tasting our food, okay?
Yeah. Taste your food, see if it needs more salt.
Doesn't think of you. Reba is a country diva, okay? Just letting y'all know.
If you say so. Margaret asked, Margaret mentioned that you haven't added the coconut milk yet. She
No,
said
because so the coconut milk is optional.
Oh, okay.
So,
But she said that's what makes everything exquisite.
okay, well, let's add it then, Margaret. So, I have a half a cup. I typically start a little bit small when I'm adding it. And it does make it kicks it up a notch. It makes it a lot more richer and
Yeah, I
creamier.
But still dairy free. Timmy said, I'm slightly allergic to coconut, so I had pumpkin puree instead of coconut. Maybe not to this dish. Haven't tried.
Ooh. There we go.
That might be good.
So
Or
far,
maybe that was Sierra.
substituting potatoes for yams for sweet potatoes. And then instead of coconut milk, we're gonna do pumpkin puree. That sounds really good. Sounds really good. So if you've added your coconut, you can tell that the color has changed a little bit. Still smells good.
Jamie said she always uses shallots instead of garlic because she's allergic.
Okay.
There's an idea.
Now shallots are, you can't go wrong with the shallot, okay? Cannot go wrong with the shallot. I see people nodding their heads, so yes.
Yeah, Sierra added that they're so delicious.
Okay. Okay, so now the song is Under Pressure, a classic and one of my personal faves.
Queen and Bowie.
Hello.
I saw that last Queen tour. That was their last U.S. tour. I saw that when I was a kid.
Really?
Yep.
Pushing down. Anytime I go to karaoke, I am listening to the song.
You had Caitlin dancing.
Good music, good food makes you want to dance, okay?
Yeah, so people are asking about the video, the recording. I'm gonna put it on the library's YouTube channel. So if you just go to YouTube and look up Coos Bay Library, or you go to coosbaylibrary.org and go to the bottom and click YouTube, you'll get our channel, and I'll try to get it up there tomorrow or Monday at the latest.
How are we looking, everybody?
How's everybody doing? Aces?
Pretty good. Mine's pretty cooked down now, so.
Okay.
Awesome.
Are you tasting?
You tasting, Sierra?
Okay. Let me out. Oh. Okay. So, I'm gonna start placing.
Is it done?
Ooh, look at how it's just folding into it.
Nice. I'm with you, Margaret. Margaret said she's watching. She's going to cook it later. And Kimberly's jealous right now, like me.
Okay. So
Yeah.
remember the cilantro that we had put to the side? Now it's time to bring it back out.
For garnish?
I'm gonna just give it a little rough chop.
Giving the cilantro a rough chop. Oh, look at Jamie's plate. Nice. Very good.
Okay.
Wait, I want to see it. Jamie, hold it up again. I'm
Jamie,
looking
one
now.
more time.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay,
That
so
is
this
beautiful.
is mine.
And here's Jamar's. Back a little, Jamar.
Hold on.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Man, I'm hungry.
So it would not be okay to just leave it like that. Let me see everybody else's, and I would love if everybody could like take a picture of your finished product.
Yes, and send it to us. I'm going to ask everybody to unmute. Everybody can
Good
go ahead
job,
and unmute.
Jamar.
Somebody,
Job. That looks so good. I can't wait to make it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You did so great.
yes.
Awesome.
Great job.
And he needs his own cooking channel now.
Right?
Yes.
Man,
Look at
Well, he's
your
got
own
it right here,
Right?
monthly.
But we do need to get you a videographer so you don't have to keep walking around to the camera every
Yeah, I think we might have to.
Someone who can zoom in for you.
Okay. I need a camera crew. Hey,
Right.
the good thing about the co-op is that we're always looking for volunteers.
Right on. I'll
And those that
volunteer
aren't
for you.
speaking are thanking us so much, and they said this was so great. Great job.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jamar.
Thank you, Jamar.
Thank you.
Everybody, try
That was
theirs.
awesome.
It was great. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Now he's
Oh
gonna
my
rub
gosh.
it in.
Oh my God.
Dying over here. It looks so good.
Me too.
Oh,
I'm jealous now.
hold on. You just can't have one.
I used to like you, but not anymore. Sorry.
Hey, Kristen mentioned that it freezes well, so maybe I can send you some.
Right on.
Via ice pack or something.
All right, well, thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Thank you,
And we just want
everybody.
to
That was
thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for coming because, you know, this is all about community for us. And you know, we just want to keep doing this and keep building on this. So please join us next month.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you guys
Thank
so
you all
much.
for coming.
Thank you.
And if you ever have any questions about the recipe, feel free to come see me at the co-op, at Cuisine Food Co-op, or reach out to Paul.
Yeah, and I can put you in contact with Jamar via email or whatever.
Any excuse to
you.
see Jamar, and I am there.
I hear you.
Thank you, Jamar.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you all.
Thank you,
for joining.
Paul. Bye.
Bye. Awesome job, Jamar. Perfect.
Hey, thank you. Awesome job, Paul, as well.
Thank you.
Could not have done it without
Thank
you.
What's that, Jamar?
to see you again, Paul.
I said
Yeah,
I
you
could
too,
not
Jamie.
have done
Great
it
seeing
without you. Mm. It's still it's so good.
It's awesome.
It has, so the coconut makes it okay to just like dive in and not be so afraid of the spice.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It seems so hearty, like with between